The first step of the expansion model is addressing the economic calendar. What you see here is the default view. If you go to forexfactory.com/calendar, that's the economic calendar that I personally use. It has everything I need, but pretty quickly when you take a look at this, it's obviously overwhelming. There's too much going on for these news events. We have all these different currency pairs. There is low impact news with this yellow folder, orange medium impact, red, of course, high impact. Overall, there are too many news events here. One that we likely don't even need to be concerned with on the market that we're trading, that is these currencies here. And also, certain impact of news is not going to bring enough volatility in the market to even think about it in the first place. So we want to really refine this down and put the settings correctly. So it's only showing news events, one for the market that we trade, but also to a high enough impact that it's actually worth considering. When you go to the economic calendar and hit filters in the top right, once you get to that website, you're going to see expected impact. The first thing we want to do is click on yellow and orange folder news. Click those off so they're not checked. We want to turn those off because those are showing news events that really lack any significant volatility in the market. So we don't even need to worry about them in the first place. We want to just take those off each economic calendar that we use. With these two now unchecked, we can move on to currencies. This is the last setting that you have to do manually. So it's very simple here. They're all going to be checked by default, which obviously we don't want. The goal here is to filter out any currencies that are not relevant to the pairs or markets that we trade. So this here is showing deselecting all of these and only having USD for myself because I trade indices. That is what's relevant, but I'll show you the cheat sheet that you can follow for knowing which to select on this setting. Using this as a guideline, if you're trading indices, NQ, ES, even YM, it's just USD news. That's all you need to select for the currencies. Forex, you want to be selecting the two cross pairs, so Euro USD, USD and Euro news, GBP USD, USD and GBP news on the economic calendar, so on and so forth for whatever pair that you're trading. For commodities, it's slightly different. All you need to do is similar to indices, just select USD news. But the difference here is that the impact and the volatility will not be as direct on these markets. So while indices, the correlation is extremely high, and when the time is set and the volatility should release, it hits the market pretty hard. Commodities is slightly different, but it's worth being aware for those. And really, once you have all of those set, your economic calendar is good to go. You've taken out orange and yellow folder events. You've selected the currencies that are relevant to the market that you trade. You can keep all the event types on there, still selected as the default, and that will clear up your economic calendar and only show you what you need to see. So then we can move on to the refined protocol.